I pulled these from the depths of my scrapbooks. This one is my mother, Sue Odom, and myself in Savannah, Tennessee, leaving to go to the Republican National Convention in 1964. This was the year Barry Goldwater was nominated for president. My mother was an alternate delegate, and I was a page. I was young. I was in college. But it really did, that one trip probably defined the rest of my career in politics, because it really was exciting. That's when conventions were conventions, and you weren't sure who was going to be nominated. Of course, it was the conservatives versus the moderates, and it was a really interesting time. Speaking of Senator Goldwater, this was a picture when Bill Brock was a U.S. Senator and running for re-election in 1976. I was on Senator Brock's staff, and Senator Goldwater came to Chattanooga to do an event for Senator Brock, and I got the pleasure of spending the day with Senator Goldwater. I will have to say it was certainly an interesting day. This picture is Governor Alexander and a staff meeting in the morning. And what's really interesting about this picture, I looked at it, we were young, it was probably 1980. Tom Ingram is on the left, who went on to become the chief of staff to the governor as well as to Senator Alexander, has his own PR group. I'm next to him. The next one is Bill Gibbons, who's now the Commissioner of Safety for Governor Haslam. There's Bill Koch in there. He's a Tennessee Supreme Court justice now. And over here is Ronnie Greer, who's a federal judge. So we were all very young and just kind of beginning our careers, but a lot of people in there have gone on to do great things. There's a photo of me with President Reagan, who'd come to the Tennessee Capitol to visit right after he was elected, and everybody's hero. I thought this picture might be fun to throw in. This is a picture of me shaking hands with President Bill Clinton, who is obviously not in my political party. But when you win a national championship, basketball, you usually get invited to the White House. So this was one of several times while I worked there that we got to go to the White House, and we met President Clinton. We met President Bush as well in those trips. So that was fun. We kind of start here. This is just some of my favorite pictures through the years. I'm going to start with this because this is probably the thing I'm most proud of. Of all the things I've done in my life, when I was on the TVA board, the first issue we undertook as a new board, and this was in 2006, was looking at the land policy that TVA had when we became directors. And we actually changed the land policy to not allow that practice anymore. And I think it got a lot of support from grassroots, a lot of people who had their land taken from them. So as a result of being chairman of that, and Bill Sansom being chairman of the board, he and I received the Land Conservationist of the Year award. All of these people have really played a significant role in my life and given me opportunities I wouldn't have had otherwise. I hope that I worked hard and made them proud of the opportunities they gave me.